Hey, Reddit peeps, welcome back to the channel. I know a lot of you have been winning some Erebuses, Erebi in the event. What is the plural of Erebus when you win multiple? Anyways, so I'm a big fan of this bot because it renovates the Fury kind of build gameplay. It brings that kind of fun aspect back to the game, which I think we've all missed for a while. The maps have also become pretty crowded, so I think the Erebus with the Prisma brings a unique kind of game perspective too, is you can really you're incentivized to hang way back. So I'm going to show some clips with the Erebus with the Prisma. You can load it up with incinerators as well. I think this could be a more aggressive play. 500 meters really gets like you are within shot range of a Fafnir or Revenant though. So I may do one clip with it. I only have 2 incinerators at level 9 and then 1 at level 1. So I'll maybe do a clip of that as well. So something to consider. Definitely load up your Erebus with a fortifier. So I guess this is going to be really an Erebus. How do you play your Erebus video? So put a fortifier for sure. If you have a balance unit, definitely consider that. You could do 2. Honestly, that would be kind of nuts, but you could do 2 fortifiers as well. But this thing, the key thing that makes the Erebus amazing in today's game is the fact that you can hang back and you've got a pretty meaty Aegis shield. This Aegis is coming in, I don't know, like with the, it's at 115, but with, 2, if you put 2 in, you're looking at almost 200k worth of shielding with an Aegis. So, it's worth considering. They've also bumped up. There was an error, I guess, in this speed. So everybody's Erebus should be about 1 kilometer per hour quicker as well. So we'll go into some gameplay, look at that. From a pilot perspective, the Jad, I'm Team Jad in this whole challenge, but I had an Adrian at level 7, so I just kind of converted him over in a true whale type fashion. I just switched, spent 300 gold per skill. Got some decent ones. So the Suppressor, Master Gunsmith, Bounty Hunter, which I may switch if I decide to. Foolhardy was also obviously a free spin as its T4. The energy shield is the only one I dump some gold into, and Roadhog. So you want some speed, and you definitely want a bigger energy shield. So like I was saying, if you've got 18% plus 1 fortifier, you're looking at probably 40% buff in the base shield, and if you had a second fortifier on, you're looking at probably 200 plus K of Aegis shielding, which really not much can break through. You can move and hustle, so that's why the Roadhog is, I think, essential. Why Adrian? Well, I've got 5% there, and the Gunsmith is 2.5, and then I've got also the Master Gunsmith for Erebus. So you got 2.5 plus 2.5 is 5 plus 5 is 10, and 10% is kind of a big buff, because if you take a look at it and you try to upgrade the Prismas, you're only ticking up a few hundred per thing. So 10% is really kind of cranking it in pretty strong territory, especially if these are sitting at MK 2.4, which is where I've landed at for those. So gameplay on that, I'm using Adrian. If I win a Jad, I may reconsider it, but I find that I'm usually firing off at people between the 800 to 1,000 meter range, so the rockets really wouldn't impact anything. Okay, so let's get into some gameplay. I paired this with a barrel, relatively underutilized drone, and the reason I did that is because I figure if anybody's coming at me, might as well let them get 50k of damage. This is a tricky map to have the Prisma weapons on and to see, and this is the problem. So the map isn't big. I'm wedged in the corner, and if somebody is annoyed with me, I've been spotted, you run the risk of okay, see, there you go. This is exactly what happens. So that was some fun short gameplay. All right, so Springfield's a little bit more palatable. You've got some distance and the ability to kind of hang back and fry people from back here. And you can see it's actually kind of intense how quickly the health bar goes down. These are 2.4. Like if I had these MK3'd, that guy would just be fricasseed for sure. So on Springfield, like obviously pick a good spot corner. I find like being behind these bricks here helps. You can really kind of get some decent angles here and help your team. You know, I'm kind of regretting actually putting so I put in the active module actually was shield breaker, then I switched it over to active healing. Just wondering if I should actually switch it over to quantitative or not quantum sensor. So you know, one key thing when you open up obviously with the Erebus is you will have to depend on your randoms if you're playing with randoms to get the beacon. It's questionable if that's beneficial or not to run solo with an Erebus. And the gameplay gets also a little, you know, is a little boring. You know, I'm getting a little bored back here. Nobody's really coming at me. Oh, he is a little, but and also targeting is a pain too because like there's so many Orochis around. But it is somewhat gratifying when you can, you know, pull back and lock people down this far. So yeah, my team is clearly struggling here. I may drop this guy. And if you know, it obviously think and balance it, right? Like it doesn't make sense to just sort of hang back forever. Now I don't know why I just locked that guy down behind. I think I can't even get him. Yeah, I think a QR or QS or whatever might be good. That always feels good when you kill somebody from that far away. But the Prismas are pretty aggressive, and you can imagine if I had incinerators too, I would have to have been really up close and personal with some of these guys, and probably wouldn't have worked out too well. Routinely, I've seen now that I've hit my nuke amp, it's maxed out. Oh yeah, that's it. Yeah, I forgot to mention that on modules. Definitely nuke amp for sure. You hit it relatively good, and once you do, oh my god, 80 times this is just like it's crazy. You have to be strategic with the Prismas. With incinerators, I think you would have to be pretty lucky to survive a full game without your clan protecting you on some level. So just kind of bear that in mind. So besides being an active troll here and kind of annoying people, the key thing about the Prisma Erebus build is you can essentially help defend the beacon. So the center beacon, you can keep pressure on it, and you see right there the Aegis can really actually save you quite a bit of hassle. Let me see if I can get that Mercury. Who the heck even uses a Mercury? I bet you it'll come back when the Lucador comes out. You can keep pressure on the center beacon so your teammates can effectively manage it. Hawks really have a tough time breaking through this shield, by the way, if you guys are noticing this. So there's some big pluses about this robot. You can help your team defend the center beacon. You can kind of stave off some Hawks. Our beacon count, technically we're up right now. Oh, I didn't see this guy. Let me take care of him. Let's see. Minus about the Prisma, obviously, is when you're close, you don't really get that damage multiplier, the inverse damage multiplier effect. It actually lowers your damage the closer people are. So yeah, a couple of fortifiers, a nuke amp, maybe a couple of nuke amps, and one fortifier. Fortifiers do take a long time to ramp up with the Prismas, especially with a lot of shielded bots around. So maybe it is better to do it that way. Whoa, this Hawk really wants to eat me up. And I do sometimes find, how many minutes has it been? Like 5 minutes of this gameplay. I have survived now for a while. Sometimes I'll just kind of say, all right, forget about it. Let me just, well, actually, I'll just die right now. And call it what it is. Okay, so on this map, it's a little bit more tricky because essentially you're going to have to position yourself really kind of at the top end of a ramp in order to be useful to your teammates. So this guy right here is not going to be, there we go. We can create some pressure right there. Obviously move when you see the whatchamacallits, the orbital strikes. So really this is your only option, either here at the top of your home beacon, where you can kind of hang put and take some people out. You can look left or right. You know, you really can get Titans easily also from this vantage point as well. Let's see, now I could put some pressure over there. Again, you know, same strategy, put pressure on the center beacon so, you know, the reds are a little uncomfortable going in. Hopefully you random blue team mates will take advantage of that. Rockets, no issue. The E just kind of shrugs it off. You can see the regeneration is pretty darn quick. And the new camp is slowly ramping up. Who is that? Let's see, Hawk. I'll fire at it. Forget about it. Got shield breaker anyways, so let's see what happens. You know, I guess that's expected. I lost the Prisma. Alright, another Hawk. I need my Aegis to come back up. This Aegis shield is just beastly. This is the only reason why I would highly recommend this kind of blended camper build, where you can, you know, fight people off but still survive. We're behind on beacons. I don't know what I should do. I'll just put some pressure there on that Titan. Or is that a Titan? Yeah, it is. What the heck is that? Whoa! Wow. Anything above like 700-800 meters, like it just like tears people up. Love it. Let me get that guy. Yeah, right there. Whoa! Come on. Come on. I have to wait for this thing to recharge. I really wish there was a Prisma recharge button too. That'd be fun. Okay, let's see. Whoa. Once the new gap hits too, you really kind of start seeing things kick. So that's also another thing. Yeah, you can see, let's see, let's put a little pressure there. Nobody is getting the center beacon, so this is the biggest minus playing solo. You know, new camp is maxed out. We are blazing yellow and creating enough pressure, people can get the center beacon, but like you could, if you have randoms that are not strong enough or smart enough to do this, they're just kind of, it's a mess. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna win this game, but I'm doing this for the gram, yo. No, but I'm doing this honestly for this YouTube video, but in all reality, I would have ditched the spot and gone for the center beacon a long time ago if I was like game playing for real. All right, back on Springfield again. You'll play a lot more domination too, by the way, if you're using Erebus. I would not recommend the Erebus and beacon rush gameplay. It's just, if you're gonna do it, then do it with like, I don't know, the incinerators or something aggressive that you can really leverage. Distance works here for sure, you know, especially helping out your teammates. But let's turn to the center, see if I can help any folks out. Anybody coming in with hells, it can give you literally hell, like this guy is doing. You know, you have decent recovery with your Aegis, but it's not impervious. So that's something to kind of keep in mind too. This can also be, and this is one thing I need to, let's see, let's hope well, that lasted not too long. This build with Prismas can be a really good Fafnir counter. That's one thing I forgot to mention in the earlier clips. If you've got it paired up with the paralysis like I have right here, you can kind of like lock down multiple times and freeze some Fafnirs from afar, and you're a safe distance. They can't come at you. You do okay. So it's something worth considering too as a counter to the Fafnirs, especially the Fafnirs when they come out early to mid game. You can drop an Erebus, so it does have that advantage. If you so choose to use it as that sort of tool. Am I using my Erebus often? I use it to change. It's just like I want to change things up. So currently, my current hanger, I'm running, 3 Fafnirs, 1 Revenant, and 1 Demeter. I get obviously sometimes bored with the multiple Fafnirs, so I'll run this as a kind of a substitute, a lockdown substitute, pair it with my paralysis. Man, I could have had that. I don't know. I'm still getting used to the aiming of the Prismas. So I think in Castle this is a pretty a fun level to use the Prismas, because there's so much distance. Like their home beacon, you're 700-800 meters away from it, from your home beacon, and you're basically putting the pressure there. You can see this group of blues is actually taking advantage of that, so that's also a positive thing as well. When you can create the pressure and they can't really do much of anything about it. So, concluding thoughts. I think if you've won an Erebus and you have already like a fortifier and like a nuke amp you're using and whatever level, definitely consider using it if you've got some distance weapons. If you've won a couple of Prismas, definitely worth it. If you have 3 incinerators, you can consider it. I think my demise is nigh. Yeah. But you guys can see my hanger right now. I'm running a Revenant, a pretty aggressive Revenant too, by the way. I guess I'll conclude with a Revenant. But Fafnirs are everywhere, right? So you have to think about what your gameplay is going to be with the hanger you've got, and what I have ascertained with my mix of bringing in Erebus here and there, or with my Revenant is and the Fafnirs is I will counter Fafnirs with my Revenant's shields. I will counter Fafnirs with the Prisma from afar, and if they get close, I've locked them down, and I can kind of, hopefully either my team or somebody else will help me take them apart, so you can safely do that. I would probably use Erebus more in domination gameplay than Beacon Rush. So that's just my personal preference, because it gives you less pressure to kind of defend the beacons with an Erebus. You're never going to defend a beacon with an Erebus. Holy crap, I just killed a Muramis with my Revenant. Mix your hanger up and see kind of how the Erebus fits in. I like the variety, and I think with the speed correction that was missing before, you can have a pretty good medium to long range build, which I think is always good to have in any hanger. So it's something worth thinking about. Also, part of my gameplay is making sure that I have these toxins maxed out as well. The Revenant shield is stronger now that I've put a fortifier on it, and with the toxins you can kind of like block, then turn and spray, block, turn, spray, block, turn, spray, like we used to do with the Bulgasari. So net, don't sell your Erebus. Definitely keep it in. Definitely consider building it up if you've got the weapons that you need for it. But definitely slap on a fortifier if you're gonna make it work for your hanger. So hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay, and catch y'all later. Thanks, Reddit.